Hello Twin Flames, this is Victoria and I'm here with your daily energy check. Today coming to you from Hollywood, California. Yay! I'm officially on my trip. Actually, it started yesterday and it's been amazing so far. Been pretty busy and trying to make the most out of my time here. So yeah, let's get started. Where's my cards so that we don't skip a day. Let's see what's going on for Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine Collective. I will be checking the energies. I will also check what is each of the twins thinking about the connection and the other right now. What's on everyone's mind? And by the way, just a reminder that we have a big planet conjunction on April 12th. So yeah, we'll be doing a separate reading for that, but it's you know, when we have planets like Pluto and Saturn involved, we don't really speak as much about individual stories, but a lot about, I know that astrology kind of impacts us in general, but still those bigger planets, they impact us even more on a generational scale, not just as a like different waves of collective, but the whole generations of people. I'll speak about that in that other video. But for now, I have numbers 9 and 19 for Divine Feminine. Memento Mori, there might not be a someday. Yeah, this is a call to action. Whatever you've been putting off, or you had an idea and you think that it's too crazy to take on right now, don't think about it twice. No, do it now. I mean, obviously this is a metaphorical way of saying there may not be a tomorrow, but you know, it happens in our lives, and I'm of course not talking about people dying necessarily, right? That's an extreme case, which happens. But even to the less extreme, we do face cases when we had an opportunity, like we knew a person who could help us get started with our idea, and then they moved away, or they didn't have time for this anymore. Suddenly something happened in their life and they couldn't do it anymore, and we took too long to think about it, right? Or we thought about, I don't know, writing a book or even an article, and something breakthrough important, and by the time we got there, there were so many other people who had already come up with it, right? Maybe you wanted to patch something up with a person and you thought that you had plenty of time, but suddenly something changed in their life and they moved on before you had your chance. I mean, you had plenty of chances, but before you took your chance, right? This is about that. So don't think that this is about life and essence of life and it has nothing to do with you. This is speaking on many different levels. The other one is cut away what is no longer needed for you. Yeah, there is actually a big connection between the two, because sometimes the way that we don't have, or we find reasons and excuses why we cannot do something important, is because something else is taking up our attention, our energy, our life force even, right? And you see this example with an old tree branch, right? So sometimes it's important to prune those parts that are not really, full of vitality, are not full of vitality. They may be alive, but only just. And you know, nothing's good gonna come out of it. Like it's empty, it's just there, it's not gonna get any better. But we keep them sometimes for, I don't know, sentimental purposes. And we keep people in life for the same reason. I've done it myself so many times. That's crazy. And the same about certain routines, activities, jobs. Something to think about. 9 and 19, well, I mean, they're both really kind of like ending in nines, right? It's about closing of the cycle. But the 9, if you think about the tarot cards with nines, 9 of Wands, 9 of Swords, Pentacles and Cups are a little bit different, but still, it's kind of like closing on individual expression of a certain suit, right? And it's also kind of like I'm almost there, it's almost complete, right? There's just something little that's missing to close it out, to be able to complete it, right? And in these cards, what I'm getting is this something is your willpower. It's your decision that you need to make. As simple as that. And that's already energy that you sent out to the universe. Your decision. I'm not gonna keep doing this because it's taking away my energy for nothing. Or I am finally gonna start with this because, life is too short. Who knows what's gonna happen? Maybe you've been planning a move to a different country or a different place for a while and you've been putting it off. That's your cue to stop procrastinating there, stop moving it away, thinking that, economy is gonna get better, or, my personal life will change. Maybe it will change in a way that you'll meet more people. That's actually another good example of why we procrastinate, or we can be putting off starting a new life, right? And take it how it resonates. You're like, okay, well, I'm gonna wait a little bit for a better, than fill in the blanks, better timing. And then new people come in, you get some new opportunities that come in, and they kind of keep you in your current state. And that gives you even more excuse not to change things. It's like, yeah, well, but now I've got this boyfriend here, so why would I be moving anyway, right? As twin flames, we get even more of those. That's actually part of that temptation when I speak often about when we get a devil card. Devil doesn't have to be something crazy like, you're an alcoholic or a workaholic or whatever. It can be as simple as that you don't go for what is meant for you, right? What you know is right, because you find these kind of loopholes and easy ways out or some excuses not to do it again. Okay, let's take a look at the tarot. What are we gonna get for DM and DF energy today? DF first, then DM. Actually, we didn't pull a card for DM. Sorry guys, got too excited. We do not want to leave our divine masculines out, right? Let's see what we have. Whoa. I like this table. I might get something like that for my place actually. It's not big and it's mobile, but it's big enough so my cards don't fall off. I like it. I like it in a table. Number 3, allow your work to become your art. Wow, this is huge, especially for divine masculines, because they are more 3D centered anyway, just generally, right? They take it a bit more pragmatically, more as a means of establishing themselves or, making a living. And this is about remembering that, and look at this image. This is like I would say like a child's drawing, imagining that, not imagining, but believing that what you do is something beautiful, something important, and something exciting. And if it's exciting for you, divine masculines, it will be even more exciting for other people who will be vibing with you, who will be connecting with you in that context, right? So if it's about work, it could be colleagues, it could be clients, whoever, whatever, right? They will get this vibe from you. It will be a completely different level. Yeah, let's get back to tarot. Back to the energy. What's the energy like divine feminine right now? Six of Pentacles. Yay! Yes, this means that was about steps in your mission, in your career. Just saying. For divine masculines, I'm gonna pull some clarifiers. So I'm gonna try to keep this relatively. Oh, Three of Pentacles. That's interesting. It's actually a very interesting reflection between the two. But yeah, this is also about work. Since this is a master teacher, he's teaching, he's sharing his knowledge, teaching younger generation, right? And this is something, teaching is especially a profession where you need that inspiration and excitement, because if you don't have it, your students will not have it. I mean, They might if they have their own motivation and inspiration, but it's definitely not something that will get from you, and a lot of times it means that they will not be motivated and excited to learn what you're there to give them. That's why it's important to allow the work to be art. Okay, what are DFs thinking about DMs today? Share it. What are DMs thinking about DFs today? Temperance. Wow, we have some big cards. 7 and 14, and before we had 6 and 3. It's interesting. Let's get some clarifiers. This clarifies 6 of Pentacles. Woo. This clarifies 3 of Pentacles. Please clarify the Chariot. By the way, don't forget to like the video, to share it, to subscribe, to comment if you like it. Okay. Hermit, Page of Cups. Gotcha. So for the feminines, we have 6 of Pentacles clarified by 5 of Wands. And notice I was just talking about when I spoke about the taking the moment, you know, like using it and cutting off stuff that is no longer needed. That's part of it, right? 5 of Wands is that noise, is that karmic impact, is other people pulling on your energy and distracting you from what's really important, right? I'm not going to stop too much on why 6 of Pentacles speaks about mission and light work, right? It's about the general idea of sharing, of being of service. And it doesn't have to be something like necessarily, you know, like using your I don't know, psychic skills to help people. You can help people in any and every way. You can volunteer somewhere, right, in your local community. You can help your friends or somebody in your family who can use your help now, right? It's just more about giving of yourself. Yeah, this is more in the community level in general. That's what's considered, like, it's more public. But public starts with, you know, with yourself and with people who are closest to you. It's important to differentiate though, right? Thank you, that's another important point. And that's one of the ideas that I mentioned was the Oracle cards. There is a difference from where you are helping people who truly need your help. And it could be those same people, they may look the same, who are just taking advantage of you and wasting your time. And take it how it resonates, but there are some of you who needed to hear that there is a difference. You should be able to see it for yourself, to discern that. And be honest at the end of the day. At least be honest. If you're helping someone who is using your kindness, your generosity, empathy, please be honest with yourself that that's what's happening. Right? It's the first step to putting an end to it and sharing your energy with those who really need it. Your intuition is your guide here for sure. Masculines, we have 3 of Pentacles clarified by 9 of Wands. Yeah, so I was just speaking about this art, right? What you do is supposed to be your art. This is exactly that, was master teacher. So we as twin flames are both DFs and DMs are master teachers who are supposed to share of the wisdom and the knowledge, right? To carry this torch of knowledge to others. Again, to help them to improve their life, right? To show them some new ways and possibilities that they may not have seen before. It may be scary, right? And that's why we have 9 of Wands here. But it's another illusion to step away from, to overcome, right? And think about it as not as something like, you know, sometimes you can feel this pressure of like how much you're actually supposed to accomplish that, you know, not pressure, but you know, you have the goal of raising the vibration of the planet Earth, you know, but if that sounds intimidating, don't think about it that way. And I love this idea about thinking it as your art. And the important part of when it becomes art is when you put your soul into it, when it's part of you, when you're really excited. And yes, another twist, another plot twist. Sometimes we may be doing something that is giving us joy as an idea, as a thing itself. But the way we do it, or the way that we're handling it, or we're teaching it, or whatever, is not that inspirational, is not what we would like to do ideally, right? So think about how you can, maybe if you're already doing what you're called to do, or you feel very passionately about it, maybe it's something that you can tweak within that context that will make it more exciting for you and for people you share it with. People who look up to you, for people who learn from you. And yeah, of course, there are always people who don't necessarily, sit with you in a classroom, right? But they're still learning passively, at least, from watching your social media, from talking to you. If you're publishing some content, from watching that all counts. What is Divine Feminine thinking about Dia right now? Have the Chariot clarified by the Hermit. Yeah, and you see it's interesting, like this light in each of these. There is the divine light in the masculine's life, but you see like the cards themselves are pretty dark. There's still a lot of shadow work to be done. That's what Divine Feminines are thinking. They can see there's just so much that still needs to be taken care of. And it will be in time, right? They see movement forward, they see progress. They see that DM is thinking about, bigger, deeper things in life than what is just in front of them. And that's, for now, that's enough. That's what keeps it going, it keeps it moving, this fire in us as twin flames, right? We all have our own pace, our own path, our own journey. But the important is this progress. And they see the progress. Divine Feminines see the progress in DMs today. And that's what counts. It may not still be a whole big deal in terms of your relationship or your communication, but we all remember that it's not really about that anyway, right? And if we are kind of guided, or the universe gives us opportunities to communicate together and to do something together, that's for a reason. Think about that. I've tested that notion many times when I was kind of purposefully stepping away from my DM, taking space for myself, giving him time and space, and the universe would be bringing us together over and over again, which of course just means that there are certain things that we can learn only from collaborating with each other, at least one of us, and probably both of us. So treat it that way, and just keep, peeling off layers of the onion. Divine Masculines, Temperance clarified by Page of Cups. And this is one of my favorite Page of Cups cards, because it's one of those where the person, or the guy in this case, right? The guy believes, or he can see for himself, that pigs can fly, that anything is possible, right? It's believing in miracles. Temperance is this alchemy that's helping us see the miraculous in ourselves and in others. And today, Divine Masculines can see that because they are doing some work in their life and certain things are happening that are pushing them forward. They are seeing that miraculous in the DF. They are seeing of how much more they are than they imagined. How much more is there to explore, to interpret, and how much they impact their life. How much they bring in just by a message, a look, a quick conversation. Just by being in the presence of them, how much it changes. Of course, if it's a relatively stable situation, right, like the Temperance suggests, it's a change for the better, always. And they always would know what to do and what to say, and you probably noticed the same for DMs. Okay, I hope this has been useful for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll be back with more readings very, very soon. Bye, everyone.